Stop reading this for 1 second. Listen to what is happening inside your head. Close your eyes if you have to. There is a voice in there. It sounds like you, but with no sound. It is reading these words right now, and it has been with you almost every waking hour of your life, from the moment you wake up until you fall asleep. Most people never notice it until someone points it out. Now you cannot unhear it. Scientists call it inner speech. It is one of the strangest things about being human, and nobody knew where it came from until one Russian psychologist guessed. In 1934, Lev Vygotsky published a book in Moscow. He was dying of tuberculosis at the time. He had been watching small children solve puzzles in a room in a Moscow nursery school, and he noticed something everyone else had ignored. The children were talking to themselves out loud, not for anyone, just for themselves. First, I take this piece, then I put it here. Vygotsky realized this was not random chatter. It was a tool. The children were using language to control themselves. Then he predicted something incredible. As children grow, the talking does not disappear. It just goes underground. The words go silent. The voice stays. That silent voice is what you are hearing right now. It is your old kid self still narrating. Modern experiments have confirmed almost all of this. At Durham University, Charles Fernyhough studies the voice for a living. He puts people inside brain scanners and asks them to think in words. The same regions used for actual speaking light up. Broca's area, the motor cortex of the lips and tongue. Your brain is producing speech. It just never reaches the air. Then there is the question almost nobody asks. How often is the voice actually there? In the 1970s, a psychologist in Las Vegas built a beeper. Russell Hurlburt handed it out to volunteers. The beeper went off at random moments through the day. Each beep, they wrote down exactly what was in their head. Decades of those reports gave a strange result. Inner speech was only present about 25% of the time. Sometimes people heard a voice. Sometimes they saw images instead. Sometimes they felt a pure emotion with no words, pure sadness or joy with nothing said. And some people reported almost no inner voice at all. That came as a shock to everyone else. Most of us assume everybody narrates the way we do. They do not. Some people live entirely without that voice. In 2024, researchers at Texas A&M and Copenhagen called this anendophasia. People without a constant inner voice still think and reason. They just do it in pictures, feelings, or pure abstract thought. So the voice is not the mind. It is only one tool the mind uses. But for those of us who have it, what is it doing? Try a simple task, a small experiment you can do alone. Add 47 and 38 in your head. Most people hear the steps out loud inside. Now try it while repeating the word banana out loud. Suddenly, the math gets much harder. Blocking the voice blocks the thinking. It was carrying the math the whole time. The voice is also how you control yourself. Hold off on that cookie. Take a breath. Do not text back yet. Every one of those is a sentence aimed at yourself. In studies with children, the more they used self-talk, the better they planned and waited. That self-talk never goes away. It just goes quiet. But the strangest part is who you are talking to. Catch yourself the next time you mess something up. There is a tone. There is a voice that scolds you, or one that comforts you. That voice is borrowed. Vygotsky's idea was that the inner voice begins as the voices around you. It is not yours at first. You inherit it. A parent, a teacher, an older sibling, the local priest. Whoever talked to you most in childhood is still in your head. If they were kind, the voice tends to be kind. If they were harsh, the voice can be brutal. Some of what you call your personality is really inherited dialogue. This is where Ethan Kross at the University of Michigan stepped in.
In a series of studies, he showed something small but useful. Stop saying I when you are stressed. Use your own name instead. Pretend you are coaching someone else. Tell yourself you can do this. Or, Sarah, calm down. People who did this performed better at job interviews and public speaking. Brain scans showed they activated the parts of the brain you use for other people. Talking to yourself like you would talk to a friend creates distance. Distance lets you think clearly when your emotions are loud. Even 1 degree of distance changes everything. There is a darker side of the inner voice, too. It can attack you. Out of nowhere, in the middle of the day, loop the same insult for hours, rehearse arguments you will never have, drag you back to an embarrassing moment from 10 years ago. Cross calls this chatter, the negative side of self-talk. Roughly half of people meet the criteria for chronic chatter, especially at night when the room is silent. It links to anxiety, depression, even physical health problems. So the same tool that built you can also burn you out. The voice that helps can also hurt. There is one more layer most people never think about. Your inner voice can do something speech cannot. It can be two people at once. You ask yourself a question. You answer it, all in silence, in the space of a second. You argue with yourself about what to wear. Fernyhough calls this dialogic inner speech, and brain scans show it lights up the same regions you use to imagine what other people think. In other words, you simulate other minds inside your own head. You are running a small social world in there at all times. That world is how you rehearse the real one. Before a hard conversation, you draft it inside. Before a decision, you debate yourself inside. Before a memory, you reconstruct it inside. Nothing about it feels strange to you because you have always done it. But step back and look at it honestly. You spend a quarter of your life listening to something only you can hear. It sounds like you. It often disagrees with you. It judges you. It comforts you. It plans for you. All in your own voice. It was built out of every person who ever spoke to you as a child. And it will keep running until you die, even in the last second. Some traditions had names for this for thousands of years. The Greeks called it the daimon. Christians sometimes called it conscience. Buddhists called it the chattering monkey. Modern science calls it inner speech. Same voice, different label. But under every name, it is the same thing. Talking to yourself is not a sign that something is wrong. It is the oldest, quietest tool you own, older than any device in your pocket. You have been using it since before you knew you were using it, before you could even spell the word. The only choice left is what you say to yourself next.